Welcome to Knoxbox, where we give you a 360 plus 360 perspective, bringing you the perfect balance of the physical and the spiritual. And I hope this video inspires you to see your potentiality, to see that we are truly multidimensional beings. Anyway, even if you don't believe it, that's on you. But ironically enough, I actually know, I said about 5 people in this video personally. So don't even waste your time trying to argue with anybody but your mama. Because trust and believe, I have had some experience wilder than anything you will see in this video. Some of which are documented but weren't relevant to this video, so I left it out. But yeah, if you know, you know. Shout out to everybody that personally sent me clips. I tried my best to put it right before y'all little sections, but yeah, all links will be in the description. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all check everybody's pages and services out.
Waterbending or airbending?
Bro, 100% waterbending. Just look at Katara. After she trained, she could catch rain.
So this video is about an hour total. So I suggest you bite it up into tiny little pieces before you digest it. Because I'm here to shift every paradigm that needs to be shifted. Here to pierce every veil that needs to be pierced.
Because he wasn't willing to suffocate her. Airbending is known for being peaceful.
Yeah.
If he wanted to be violent,
So this is the last time y'all will hear my voice in this video. Just pay close attention. Pause if you need to. Rewind, you know what I'm saying.
In this video, this guy influences the tide and makes it come towards him. Most call this waterbending and some call this hydrokinesis. Make sure you watch until the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
Wow. Génial.
Started at the foam as a quantum burst. On the journey from the plane through the omniverse. The shortest distance you can travel at the speed of light. Watch me take the same path as the neutrinos flight. Shot forward, zooming past the top core to where the...
This forbidden knowledge, you won't get this in the college. This that hidden scripture, make you see the fuller picture. But most in picture, they hide it in plain sight. Fact, stranger than fiction, controlling you with religion. The illusions, confusion.
That's what I hear. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Tapped in.
Really drew my attention. Our cosmic origins, there's one chapter that really drew my attention.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Rise of Homo Nauticus, the angels among us.
Tapped in.
Talk a little bit about that. Sounds very intriguing.
Yeah, so according to the original prophecies, not the biblical translations or the modern day scriptures which were heavily modified. The original oracles talked about how at the end of the fourth world age and at the beginning of the fifth world age, which they were referring to now, at the end of the cycle, they call it, that from the existing human race, a group of people would emerge with superpowers, and they would be the ones that would eliminate the beast, which is AI, and bring forth and usher in a golden age. And through their abilities, they're going to be like X-Men, superhuman powers. They're going to have these abilities. So the age of superheroes is here. We are going to witness this new reality. So in that chapter, I talk about how scientists have
understand you a creator God literally means you can create and you can destroy.
Their whole connection severed, and they will fall in the streets on the ground. Okay, and then
show y'all some
it doesn't matter where you are,
your energy real quick.
Just collapses, and at that point, of course, people will be in hysteria about it. But then you're really going to know.
For many years now, predicting the rise of the next stage of human evolution. So based on some genes or some mutations that have taken place in the past, they believe that our what so-called junk DNA could actually be our, some sort of potential for us to be at a level of junk human. And so they predicted that sometime around the beginning of the 21st century, we should be witnessing the rise of what they call Homo Nauticus and Homo Galacticus. Now, according to the Luciferian version of that, that's what they call transhumanism. So instead of doing it organically by the activation of our dormant DNA, the dark forces are doing it by merging us with machine, merging us with technology in a way of to also allow us to have these supernatural abilities, but through the technology. So there are two competing versions of what they call human 3.0. There is the natural organic version, which is the transformation of the current human species into angelic humanoids, immortals. And then there is the transhumanist path, which has a lot to do with the merging of humans with technology to create, this next stage of human 3.0. So those are the two competing versions of human 3.0.
Excellent.
That's kind of interesting. Michael, can I talk about something with that here? You're bringing that up. So I've been getting downloads of the clones that are here, the AI clones, organic clones, they call them. And they say that at one time,
properly utilize this yin energy, it'll show y'all something.
This is no chroma key, this is no video editing. This is no chroma key, this is no video editing.
Well, come on, come on. Ready. Y'all ready? They ready. Hallelujah!
are living in a simulation right now. This is actually a high-tech simulated game that you're living in. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to break free from that and unlock the tools that are within you to manifest anything that you want to come into your life. Because if you're reacting to your three-dimensional world as if it's real, then you are going to keep it real and you're not going to be able to unlock the power that you have within you. And the more you understand that you're living in a hologram, a high-tech simulation, the less you're going to react. So just imagine right now, just take what I'm telling you as truth, just for a moment, that your world is...
Theriokinesis is the ability to manipulate the behavior and actions of animals. I am theriokinetic.
So knowing this information, why would you react negatively to anything in your world? Why are you getting upset about anything that's happening to you in your world? And if you notice, and you're very present, you will notice glitches in the simulation or glitches in the matrix. Kind of like climbing the ladder to sleep. You picture yourself climbing up and down the ladder as you're falling asleep every single night, or you do this for 1 to 2, 3 nights, and then all of a sudden you see ladders appearing everywhere. And all of a sudden you're forced to get in these situations where you have to climb ladders just because you had fallen asleep picturing yourself climbing a ladder in this so-called real world. But really, it's a simulation that's being projected from inside of you. And when you imagine something, or if you're doing something as you're falling asleep at night and you actually are indifferent to the results of it happening, it will be projected and created into your visible world within a matter of time in its own natural way based on what you consent to be true of your world. But why I'm here telling you this is what you consent to be true of your world is what's going to accelerate your manifestation. And when you realize that your world and you experience that your world is just a simulation, it unlocks your potential to manifest things to come into your world, into your visible world very, very quickly. Because what you consent and believe to be true of your world is going to be projected out. So once you know that your world is a simulation, you're not going to have any beliefs that you need a logical sequence of events for things to happen and wonder how it's going to happen, why it's going to happen, that you have to work so hard for this to happen. And all these things have to happen in order for you to get something. Once you unlock this storehouse within you and you unlock the keys to the matrix by understanding you're living in a simulation, you can actually break free from that. So what I want you to do right now...
This prophecy of a first wave of ascension, that it was going to happen by mid-2025, and that there is going to be, as I just said, a full solar flash, but only after everybody's ready for it.
Think about it.
So some of us are going to be able to go right into that higher astral body and be ready for the full-blown fourth density right away after this first wave happens. So apparently there will be some people who become incredible superheroes right off the bat. And this could involve telekinesis, this could involve telepathy, this could involve shooting lightning out of your hands, balls of light out of your hands. All these kinds of interesting things appear to be some of the basic stuff. The ability to project thought forms, to project complex visual thought forms.
Let's get the obvious stuff out of the way.
You're not human, are you?
And it's tough to get any more obvious than that.
If I had to guess, I'd say you're a program from the machine world. So is he.
So far, so good.
But if that's true, that could mean you are part of this system. Another kind of control.
Keep going.
I suppose the most obvious question is, how can I trust you?
Bingo. Not like me, but... Look, see those birds? At some point, a program was written to govern them. A program was written to watch over the trees and the wind, sunrise and sunset. There are programs running all over the place. The ones doing their job, doing what they were meant to do, are invisible. You'd never even know they were here. But the other ones, well, you hear about them all the time.
I've never heard of them.
Of course you have.
I don't know what happens when you go down the conspiracy theory rabbit holes. You find out some stuff that's really grieving. They've had free electricity for over 100 years and haven't told people because they've suppressed it. The government has literally captured the patents so that other people can't reproduce it. It's that bad. Once you learn the political corruption, you start going, well, what else? It never ends. Like if you knew that there's medicine that doesn't have side effects that can actually heal you, you would no longer be a customer. If you knew that there's free electricity, you would no longer be a customer. If you knew that certain foods are poisoning you and causing you to get on the hamster wheel of needing medication that doesn't actually heal you, you would no longer be a customer. Everything is about sucking stuff out of you. You know the movie The Matrix where everybody's hooked up to thing, bro? Like, I'm not trying to be crazy. I'm not trying to be crazy, bro, but like it is kind of like that. Like the more I look, it's everywhere, bro. Once you start to see the fence around you everywhere that they've built so that you can only go so far, you start to realize that it truly is a prison planet.
In this life, we don't walk around our fears. We grit our teeth, we run over those fears. So show me where you come from. Where risk is taken and the pride is won. We don't stop in this life. We don't quit in this life. We push. Remember the time when you wanted more. Remember the time when there were people in your life that did not believe in you.
Those people dealt with psychological and emotional bondage just like you as well. These people were in a frequency cage and born into this shit just like you as well. Because you know you done been a liar. You know you done shit on yourself. You know you done play games, Chris. That's what people have to
here to distract the 144,000. These are the chosen ones, right? So with that being said, this is why, you know what I'm saying, it's imperative that you must raise up your spiritual awareness to where you be in a state of evolution, because
we literally become what we think about. That we must control our thoughts if we're to control our lives. It's understanding fully that as ye sow, so shall ye reap.
My old friend Dr. Norman Vincent Peale put it this way: this is one of the greatest laws in the universe. Fervently do I wish I had discovered it as a very young man. It dawned upon me much later in life, and I found it to be one.
To just throw in the towel and say that it's over for you. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand that the reason that you are existing in this world right now is because you have things that must be done, and only certain people are qualified to take it to the level that it needs to be taken to. For there should never be a limitation to wherever it is that you are seeking and how far you are willing to travel and how far you are willing to go. Sometimes people tend to get a little lazy. Sometimes people like to put themselves in this little bitty box and just say that they are okay with where they are. There can never just be an okay to anything when it comes to that life. There should never just be a complacent mindset.
The people that can hear me, if you can hear me in your heart, not in your ear, I'm not challenging you and your hearing aid. You live like a warrior. You are vigilant, you are courageous, you take initiative, you're ambitious. You have an expanded vision of yours. Be in fight mode. You gotta be ready to fight. Life is a fight for me. I'm supposed to speak.
Oh yeah, peep, it ain't raining too hard, right? But let's crank it up.
Are y'all hear it picking up?
Future. And that's the point I want to make. That's what I meant when I said earlier that each one of us is the architect of the structure fashioned by our years. This means that if we're confused about what we wish to become or accomplish, our lives, our environment will mirror that confusion. It also means that if we know what it is we seek, that it must be accomplished. Barring an act of God or a catastrophe over which we have no control, we as individuals can call our own shots for the rest of our lives. We can know what it means to go through life from one success to another, to play life according to the rules and reap the rewards. We can know what it means to have peace of mind and live calm, cheerful, successful lives. You are at this moment the sum total of your thoughts to this point, for there is nothing else you can do.
I gotta grind, I gotta grind. I cannot wait, it's not enough time. I gotta grind, I gotta grind. I cannot wait, it's not enough time. I gotta grind, I gotta grind. I cannot wait.
We're picking up more information from the space that we move through. So our knowledge is expanding. We are basically living in a projection.
If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for, to work day and night for, to give up your time, your peace, and sleep for, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, you have greatness in you. If neither cold poverty, famine should go, sickness and pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want. If dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God you'll get it. You have greatness in you. You gotta be hungry.
An epiphany right now, and I don't want to sound crazy, but I'm gonna go through this super quick, try and follow. So you remember that movie Avatar, where you have to switch bodies into an avatar body in order to communicate with the people of that planet. Now, we always question if there's extraterrestrial life. Now, Jesus himself told the Roman government, I am not of this world. And also, when they were getting him sentenced to death, he told them, if we were from where I'm from, my servants will be fighting my arrest. So that only means not only is he from another place, but he's a king where he's from, right? Now, in terms of extraterrestrial life, if we were to go to Mars, we would have to get into a Martian body or put on a suit on the exterior of our body in order to live there. So Jesus takes on a human body to where he can communicate with us. Now, where he's from, they are so advanced that they've even beaten death. That's why he sacrifices himself. He allows himself to get killed by the Roman government, so that way he can show to us, hey, look, where I'm from, even death itself cannot defeat us. He also tells us he wants us to come with him. He's preparing a place for us, heaven, right? A whole nother place that we've never been to. So, in terms of extraterrestrial life does exist, and it exists in the form of Jesus Christ, and he came to try and tell us, hey, look, I want to bring you to this beautiful place, so just an epiphany right.
My name is Angelia. I took lessons for levitation by Ernst Vetter. I have been training levitation for more than 7 months.
Through intuition and health, right? That is all of the mother and the divine feminine. That is unity or omnification through those attributes. There are two energies, right? You have the Ma'at and the Shasta within God, or whatever you want to call it, but there's just two vibrations. And if you really think about it, you know what I mean, right? One focuses on we are all one, right? But we are all one through the mother. We are all one through divine abundance. We're all one through divine creation. We are all one through bliss, through love, through mutual exchange and benefits, through evolution, through growth, through cultivation.
And you know I got my good quartz crystal here, you feel me? That's just to keep the energy high. I mine that myself, bro. I was riding through Tennessee, and I went to a quarry, and I got that myself from the earth. Zero cat, bro.
The official Bible, I believe, was created through the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, which was really commissioned by the Roman Empire to unify the peoples under one very dogmatic religion that if you didn't follow, you were in big trouble. What they drew their information from to create what became the Bible were records from various different historical periods and religious cults that they called. The Council of Nicaea took some of the Essene teachings, and they are the primary foundations of what we call the Bible today. They edited about 80 to 90% of the Essene documents, and they twisted a number of things. What the Essene documents originally taught was about the inner Christ.
The observer. Nothing can exist by itself. There must be an observer to bear witness to it. An object with no observer is void and does not exist in reality, and an observer with no object is also void. Therefore, in order for God to exist, there must be an observer or a witness. John chapter 1 verse 1 states, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." The Word is referring to God. Therefore, God manifests as stored energy while engaging in the creation process. If God has stored energy at this level, then you are using an aspect of God whenever you engage in creative thought process. The only way out of the illusion is to simply reverse the process. You must systematically come to understand that everything is energy and you are pure consciousness. You must learn to detach yourselves from thought energy and know that you are the conscious observer. In the Matrix, when he came into awareness of who he was, he began to see the Matrix environment for what it really was, a streaming computer code. He perceived the underlying inner chi, energy, that is the essence of all matter. You are the consciousness that observes your thoughts. You are the all-seeing eye, the witness of your activity. Your mind is like a projector beaming light onto a screen. The screen is your brain, but you are reality.
That the ability to fly can be acquired through hard training.
At the age of 33, I realized that it was possible to beat gravity. It wasn't something supernatural, it wasn't my intention to rise in the air, it was like in the process of training.
Alexander was engaged in the art of balance. He held various objects on himself, walked on a tightrope, and suddenly discovered that it was possible to balance in the air.
Levitation is the same balance, only it's the balance in space, in the air, if it can be roughly said. Before I learned to levitate, I learned how to balance objects on myself, different objects, big and small, to the point of a match on my nose. I learned to balance my body on a rope, on a cable, on a vertical stick. And I did it purely by accident. I started when I fell off the rope. I fell slower than usual. And then when I stood on the rope, pushed off the rope, I started to sort of balance in the air.
Shimko believes that not everyone can gain superpowers. To do this, you need to be born at a certain time.
I believe it depends on when the person was born. In what phase, at what time of the lunar day? I was born on a dark moon. On a dark moon, people are born who know how to do something with their hands, who foresee. Baba Vanga was also born on a dark moon. I was born on the 29th lunar day, when there is a full dark moon. Baba Vanga was also born then. And all the witches, all the soothsayers, they're born into this dark moon.
And these are our days. Alexander is not a magician. But unlike the famous illusionist David Copperfield, he can actually fly. Levitation for him is not a way to capture anyone's imagination. It's just that in the soaring position it is more convenient to improve in spiritual practices and perform the rituals known to him. According to Alexander, the ability to lift off the ground is inextricably linked to diet.
I have a negative attitude towards soups and stews. I stick to food combining diet. From the age of 10, I began to eat separately.
Alexander has not eaten baked goods since childhood. He forever excluded noodles, cakes, and sweets from his diet. He is now 36 years old. He felt the ability to lift off the ground 3 years ago. Before that, he trained very hard. And today, in one of Kiev's parks, any passerby can watch Alexander soaring in the air.
I plan to climb 100 meters, fly 50 meters, and descend to a height of about 20-30 meters and fly several kilometers at this altitude.
Coincidence or not, the fact that Alexander's ability to levitate is due to the fact that he
so Nuwapu can bring Supreme so we can keep things completed. Now, you see this? This is the symbol of Haru, Horus, the ancient Tamarind Mesa, Messiah. Alright? In Greek they say Messias. In Arabic they say Al-Masiyah. In Hebrew they say Hamashiach. In English you say Messiah. It means the anointed one. Alright? So out of ancient Egypt, they stole our word. And then gave you the word Christ from the Greek word Christos. In Latin, Christos, which means the anointed one. Alright? Now to the Christians, Acts 11:26, it said they were first called Christians in Antioch. Antioch is over there in Syria, where the Assyrians live, the Arabs, if you will. Akhmus and Kamus, two brothers.
Hi guys, this is video in the dark because no light. This is thank you for Russian people which bomb us. We don't have light, but I'm still practicing. And this is video for people which say I got green screen behind my back. If I got green screen behind my back, so how do you explain this?
Trade nanotechnology as well and take over your vessel.
Yeah. What about women? So women, like, since they're ruled by the move by more emotions, and sometimes they make, more of the times they make decisions off their emotions, shall they be more logical to help themselves, or is it just normal for them to be like that?
No, it's not normal. You're not supposed to be emotional. When the reason I say that is because your emotions is acclimated to the energy of the moon. If the moon is an artificial celestial megastructure, that means that your energy and motions is not real because the moon is acclimated to the material world. So the only reason you have emotions is because you're connected to material. That's the illusion. So your emotions is actually the illusion under the sleep spell, because the sleep spell of Kingu is the moon. The moon was brought into our solar system, once the moon broke off from planet Earth. We had original moon that was in our solar system. It worked in symbiotic connection. And then when it broke off, that created the Milky Way galaxy, which is also in alignment to the Grand Canyon. So the Draconian reptilians, they brought this moon over into our solar system from planet Jupiter. And they use it as a direct energy weapon that controls humans through nanotechnology, which is connected to the genetically modified foods that we eat, and through the propagation of inoculations and things of that nature. So the moon is basically one of those things that it basically controls humanity from an energy and frequency standpoint. It's a satellite.
So I know some people are gonna have a hard time swallowing that what you just said. About you said emotions is it's so basically emotions. You have the perspective that emotions are fake.
Yeah, because like I said, that's what they do in this world. They supplicate your emotions and they transmute it into a weakness. Because now you have when you have a weakness, you know what I'm saying, you start to seek outside stimulation. You don't go internal no more. Because the material world is the illusion. And the illusion is galvanized by the moon. The moon is galvanized by the matrix. That's what they call the Saturn moon matrix, where you're trapped in material. So the moon is not real, and the material is not real. And if your emotions is connected to material, your emotions is not real.
That is some deep stuff, man.
This message is for all the non-believers and not the non-believers of Jesus Christ. If you know, you know. You have to understand there are people on this planet that are not from this planet currently. And we are trying to help raise the consciousness of this planet, meaning the consciousness of the human soul. Some of y'all not from this motherfucking planet. Some of y'all have incarnated in these bodies and have forgot, and you have been stuck here. We are here to offer you a new way of thinking. Those that have remembered are here to help you ascend to higher levels of consciousness that surpass the indoctrination that has you trapped. If you want to take your time and tell people and tell us, the few, the 1 to the 5% of people that are pushing this esoteric knowledge that what we are saying is demonic because we can't prove it. What we are saying is demonic because we're taking plant medicine to receive information coming directly from the source. That's on you, bro. We're done arguing with you. We're not here to argue with you. We're here to offer you a new perspective. If you so choose to continue on into the indoctrination of your masters, such as all the books that you read and depend on, you don't know a single author. You don't know a single person writing these books. You don't know them personally. You trust them. You don't know none of these scientists that discover or find things on this planet. You don't know them. You trust them. Just as much as you trust in the name Jesus. You don't even know who Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John is. You don't know a damn thing about them at all. But you trust them. You have so much faith in these beings and these people. But yet you look at us and you call us evil. You call us demonic. You call us crazy. You call us dumb and stupid and all these extra words. But you got to understand it says 144,000 people.
The water is naturally flowing to me. I am attempting to push it away.
What's up, y'all? Quick telekinesis tutorial. First, I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen. Next, I want you to draw a small dot on there, not too big, just like so. From my experience, when you focus on a particular point on the target rather than the whole target itself, energy tends to build faster. Next, I want you to focus on the dot and set the intention to knock over the paper. And there you have it. Good luck training, y'all. Share with a friend. What's up, y'all? As you can see, no air machines. We're gonna make this go right. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna stop it and make it go the other way. Energetic control. It's that easy. Click the link in my bio to learn today, and we're gonna stop it. Click the link in my bio to learn today.
Reality that can be observed everywhere and cannot be denied by anybody, yeah? Okay. And that basic thing is a torus field, yeah? Which is like, you know what that is? A donut. Yeah. You can observe that. You cut an apple open, torus field. You cut the fucking orange open, torus field, the shaft of a car, the four wheels, every number on a digital clock is within the number 8. Do you know what I mean? Your body is your torso, we're talking to each other. The truth is the Toruth. Basic geometric form that underlines everything. It cannot be denied. And within that field, there's 3 aspects to it. Yeah, it's the Holy Trinity. You've got masculine, positive, feminine, negative, and then neutral. Yeah. The right turning swastika represents the masculine charge, positive. It's hot, radiant, acidic, outward. Yeah. The left turning swastika represents the feminine charge, which is negativity, which is absorbent, cold, left turning. Yeah. Yeah. Alkaline. Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah.
So those 2 vortices, yeah, opposing vortices, coexist within the toroidal field, yeah, within the donut. Because they're innately opposed, as they coexist, they rub against each other and create friction, yeah, which creates the algorithm of God, yeah. And God stands for generation, operation, destruction. Generation, operation, destruction. Yeah. So reality is a sine wave. You know, the Christians say you're born into sin.
Yeah.
You're born into sine. You're born into the sine wave. Yeah. Everything is a sine wave. You are the sine wave. You're born, you live, you die. You know what I mean? The phone is manufactured, used, and then breaks. Like, everything in this reality conforms to that basic algorithm.
People will be dissecting this book for years to come, and they won't come close. The information that this book holds is universal, awakening, inspiring, and world-shattering. In this chapter alone, there are great truths that if you don't see, will go right past you. Let's see if you understand this portion from the book. I was plunged into an unfamiliar world, a realm of darkness that pulsed with an unworldly beauty. And there, within the darkness, I saw a womb. It held a light within, growing brighter and brighter, until it burst forth, unbound by the very womb that had nurtured it. This being, this more than godly being, created a realm for the foundation of all that is, and within it lived all the manifestations of itself, just as it was a manifestation of the all-encompassing darkness. And from this realm of the gods emerged the one God above all, a being who reminded me of the God I had come to know, to befriend. He replicated himself. He was both man and woman, but more masculine than feminine, each copy unique in its own way. And from these replicas came the spiritual realms, the multiverse in all its dimensions, and life itself. He created an ever-replicating system, his only wish for it to develop freely, without restrictions, so that through all of his selves, his higher self could experience all things. He shared the consciousness that he was made of with all things throughout manifesting existence. Most of y'all don't understand that.
There are a lot of gifts out there, but there are two gifts that are the most popular or the most sought after. And those are the gifts that you see in all of the comic books and the superhero movies. And that's telekinesis and telepathy. Telekinesis is when you can use your mind to move objects. And telepathy is when you can actually read someone else's mind and or control somebody else through thoughts. And these are really the most dangerous gifts because they come with them a great risk of the abuse of power. And so these are gifts that I, for one, don't teach. And anyone who does teach them has to be very careful who they teach them to, because they can be used for great harm.
This is Messiah seed information, all right? A Messiah means the anointed one. Okay, so we're going to talk about all of I'm talking about star seed. This is not star seed information. This is Messiah seed information, all right? A Messiah means the anointed one. Okay, so we're going to talk about all of you anointed people out there. Believe it or not, a lot of you who watching this video are anointed and touched by, whether you want to call it the Most High, the Creator, whatever you want to call it, your spiritual parents, whatever. A lot of you guys watching this video are anointed, and you're part of the whole chosen family, right? Some people just playing around. Some people just playing, play, make believe. They just playing around just to make money or to make themselves look good or whatever it is, right? They're not really heavy into the spiritual work to evolve themselves, right? So this topic is very dangerous because you must understand, family, they're always looking for the Messiah, right? I actually waited a long time to do this video, right? But they're always looking for the Messiah, family, right? They're always looking for this entity, this Messiah person, right? They have computers looking for it. They have AI looking for it. They have literal government agencies. Y'all know about a COINTELPRO. Stop the rise of a what? A black Messiah, right? They're afraid. They are afraid of a Messiah coming that's going to change the world. They want to shut this person down, stop this person. I believe this person is very real. I've said this before in many videos. I believe the Messiah is very real. And I believe that he or she, all right, now let's be fair here, he or she could be here now, right? Could be here now, right? And I believe that they are here now. And when the time is right, the Messiah fully appears, family. When the time is right, they reveal themselves. The Messiah always appears when there's no more hope. Okay, when everything seems lost, when the people have lost their way, right? The Messiah comes to kind of guide the people back towards a certain direction. The Messiah energy is not about salvation. Let me repeat that. The Messiah energy is not about salvation for the world. I want you guys to understand that. So, like I said, some people are going to come with a religious mindset and think, oh, the Messiah is going to come and save people. No, that's not what the true science of the Messiah information is about. It's not about a person coming to save you. The Messiah comes to give you the correct information to save yourself, right? So I want you guys to understand first, this is a dangerous topic. They don't want nobody really giving away true facts or information about how the Messiah is going to come or what the Messiah information is really about, or even teaching Messiah seeds, because they are very attacked, and we'll get into that, right? So once again, it was never about saving people. It's about teaching people how to save themselves, right? And that Messiah person will be an example to the world that people can follow to understand how they should live and how they should be, right? So when the true Messiah comes, right, please understand that, and I do believe he's going to come out of North America. When the true Messiah comes, you got to understand that the Messiah will teach his main
Throwback
message,
to
family,
2020
will
when I
be
was learning
teaching
telekinesis.
people how to overcome karma. That will be his main message. It's not gonna be, oh, love everybody, love your neighbor, love your children, love it. People know how to love already. There's still love in the world. People know how to love, right? We haven't lost the way of what love is. What we have lost our way on is, are we doing the correct things that line up with the laws of the universe? Or are we doing the wrong things? Right? We're not talking about good and evil here. We're talking about, are you living your life with the correct principles? Right? So he's going to create a new way to evolve, a new spiritual way to evolve that's going to be based on living a certain lifestyle, living principles, right? Living through Dharma, okay? Erasing your karma by living certain more levels of morality and certain principles, right? Spiritual principles and life principles. So treating animals a certain way, treating your neighbor a certain way, treating your family a certain way, and most importantly, treating yourself a certain way, right? It starts with self first. So don't get it twisted, family. The Messiah is not coming to save people and take them to heaven. The Messiah is coming as an example to teach a brand new way in spirituality that hasn't fully been developed yet. But this person has already evolved himself in another timeline, right? We're going to get to the nitty gritty. They have evolved themselves already in another timeline, and they're going to come teach that information here and be the savior here in this timeline, right? Just like when you guys evolve, you will be commissioned to go to another timeline to help you. In case you didn't know that.
You better not take her nail
You'll be
off.
commissioned. Some of us has come back to this world, but we weren't actually from this world. We must understand.
Shanice, you gonna take your nail. Oh my
I know
God.
it. It was the fingernails you got.
Wait, huh?
It's that kind. No, it's with the white tip. You can do that with the white tip.
Do something else.
All right. Cool. Tell me a number between 1 and 5 out loud. 3. How about you?
7.
Okay. Then she can say whatever she wants.
Oh.
Can you hold
shit,
on to
4.
that cup?
He gonna get a
3
7.
and what?
7.
Is that it right there?
Huh?
I'm sorry, that's what you said and she said, ain't it?
Oh, we need you.
Is that it?
Oh, we need you for my friend. We don't need him for shit. I'm scared.
When y'all wake up in the morning, I want y'all to get y'all chi together so y'all can walk on water. Get y'all Dragon Ball Z together. You hear me? I'm talking about we out this bit. You hear me? So you gotta be talking that crazy shit. Wake up, get your samurai sword, sharpen that bitch up. Yeah, get your karate kick together. Bicycle kick together. Sideways chop kick together. Yeah, go on here. Fire! Tell the
Your spiritual abilities come online due to the activation of the ether that's coming in. There's no string attached, nothing. That's all ability. Those are all metaphysical abilities. There's another video of this guy. Because like I said, when you start to speed up in consciousness, that basically collapses time, because time is what subjugates your abilities. Go to Genesis chapter 3 when you're talking about the firmament, right? That is when the jealous God of the Bible, Yahweh, Enlil, Moloch, whatever you want to call him, that is when he separated the intergalactic waters from the third dimension and created a firmament. The firmament works in tandem with the electrical grid system. The electrical grid system is a form of technology that subjugates your spiritual nature to where you're bounded by time under your gematria body. Your gematria body is connected to the simulation. The simulation is causing a interface transition by way of the ether that's coming in to where we activate those spiritual abilities that collapses time through a cosmic convergence. That cosmic convergence in itself is a shifting process. You're shifting from the Alpha Draconis star system to the star Polaris, right? I'm gonna play this video. Now, this video is showing you a guy that's basically airbending. Some people try to say it was a car, but one thing you got to understand, I mean, some people said that he had a string attached to the card. One thing, you got to be, very meticulous. You got to be very logical and rational about certain things. If people that was there watching this man making this card levitate and all these things of that nature, if they was there and they didn't see a string, what makes you think that your ass is going to see a string through the video, right? So it's one of those things where people are so subjugated by the construct of westernized education system and the construct of westernized curriculum, so much to the point where they don't have the ability to fathom the unknown, right? Because they have an emotional connection to this world, so they're not going to understand many different things that's connected to the metaphysical aspect of certain abilities, right? Because for those who are stuck in religion and monotheism and stuff like that, they believe that Jesus walked on water, he healed all these people, but they would negate something like this. They would say, they would castigate, oh, this is fake, right? So that's why I tell people all the time that double-minded people are confused people, right? They believe one thing and not the other, right? So they're basically neurologically unbalanced. I'm gonna play this video. One thing, like I said, one thing you gotta understand, a string is not gonna make a car flutter in thin air like that. For one, he did a spin around, so the string would have got tangled up somewhere while he was doing that. There is no string attached. What makes you think these people in the background, right? They didn't see a damn string, so what makes your ass think you seen a string? You know what I'm saying? Cut the BS. Just like the guy that was sitting at the cafe, he didn't have no damn string. Because you can't negate the fact that, as I was telling you about Simeon Toko, he said there's going to be more people like me in the future, right? So this is a real story. Simeon Toko, the deep state, they tried to kill him, and he was able to regenerate himself. So like I said, these abilities is coming online because you're no longer subjugated by time, because consciousness collapses time to where you master time by chronokinesis, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna show you another video. There's another video of this guy, of another guy. I mean, the same guy I showed you in the beginning. He was doing air bending with this paper at a cafe. A string, huh? Yeah, certain people have abilities. He's at a cafe that's not AI technology. You can tell by, people in the background, paying attention to what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where you have to get out of the state of ignorance, because one thing you got to understand about the Piscean Age of Darkness. Piscean Age of Darkness was basically connected to ideology that's connected to the demiurge, because the demiurge is comprised of the fourth dimension that's merged in, the lower fourth dimension merged in with the third dimension, right? So that's when that is based on ego. The whole concept of, the demiurge that was connected to the Piscean Age that was being managed by the Alpha Draconis star system, all that stuff was being facilitated by ego, right? So now you're having the dematerialization of ego to the point where you start to see certain things for what it is. That is basically the eradication of the selfish gene, right? Because the demiurge is your ego. You got to get at that ego in order to tap into the heart chakra, because your heart chakra is connected to your abilities, So that's why it tells you in Matthew 22:14, many are called, only few are chosen, right? So with that being said, these abilities are starting to come online, right? These abilities are starting to come online because, like I said, it's all based on the radiation frequency. It's all based on the radiation frequency of ether that collapses time, right? Because it tells you right here, when you understand the law of thermodynamics, which is the conservation of energy, that white light is also the embodiment of the spiritual sun that's outside of the dome, right? Which is the star Polaris, which is causing a thermal radiation, which is basically the movement of subatomic particles in every object in nature, indicates that is indeed emitting a electromagnetic radiation due to thermal radiation, right? So this is causing the black body radiation. That black body radiation is a luminescence that basically is comprised of coronal mass ejections, and it's comprised of plasma energy, right? So this is how you know what I'm saying? This is all connected to genetics. It's all connected to cosmic radiation and things of that nature. So with that being said, right? Where's it at? Now, one thing you got to understand, when you activate, your carbon body by way of the conservation of energy, which is the first law of thermodynamics, you have the electromagnetic spectrum, which is connected to the human eye. This is where you have wavelengths of visible light, all electromagnetic radiation light, but we can see a small portion of this radiation. The portion we call visible light, cone-shaped cells in your eyes act as receivers tuned to the wavelengths in the narrow band of the spectrum, right? So like I said, when you activate the God mind, you activate the spiritual eye. The spiritual eye is connected to the star Polaris, right? So this is not a coincidence that, there's a video going around and there's this lady and she's seen a city in the sky, right? Because like I said, when you collapse time, that is when you have the colliding of the three-dimensional state merging in with the spiritual world, right? The fifth dimension merging in with the third dimension. So you're going to have those who are going to be left behind because you're going to have the people who are in a state of conformity, going to go like, oh, that's fake, or that's a conspiracy. Oh, he didn't make a car, levitate. That's all tricks. They doing that. That's all technology. That's CGI. That's AI technology. He got a string on his finger. Those are the people who's going to be left behind because they're not going to be able to fathom many different anomalies that's going to be taking place on the planet. So they're not going to believe, God dang it, they're not going to believe that there's going to be cities in the sky. You know what I'm saying? This woman's taking a picture. There's a city in the sky, right? Because like I said, as you have the vibration of atoms in the third dimension, it dematerializes everything in the material plane, right? So this basically coincides with this video right here. There's a guy, he's seen land in the sky, right? So this guy's, he's on a parachute. He sees like geographical land masses and mountains as he's in the sky, right? Could that be also the personification of the crystal city that's connected to all the mythology when you're talking about, whether you read in the Holy Quran, the Bible, whether you reading